na the great program we come for rid the cancer of corruption we country in Sierra Leone, exposing the people the way we do, backing them, and praising the people as a sign of motivation when they do good things them. Today I'm in the studio, I get fine, beautiful, resourceful gentlemen them. We are talk to about an interview. They say they were ready for giving interview because they no get nothing for I. And one sell themselves to the Sierra Leonean people. I'm a gentleman, you will tell the Sierra Leonean people everything that you name, sir.
My name Patrick Odwaya, and me na the Public Relations Director for the National Progressive Democrat, NPD.
That's two gentlemen, they said from the left-hand side. You introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jesmed Suma, I am the Policy and Membership Director of the National Progressive Democrats.
Friend, third left.
My name is Mohamed Umbia, the Head Office Manager of the National Progressive Democrats, NPD.
Well, Fambulem, then gentlemen they are, then they now a newly formed political party. Then believe say either they're capable and not capable of winning an election, but then for challenge, for put the Sierra Leoneans first, because we know within our burning problem in this country. But I will turn to you, Mr. Odwaya, on the right-hand side, for let's take this first question. Then you explain to the Sierra Leonean people, let them know what's in our party and how long will our party don't be in existence.
Okay. We party again at the National Progressive Democrat, NPD, and we come into existence in February 14 on Valentine's Day 2017. But of course we don't do information in the process since 2014, and I think early 2015 we start that registration process. It took 2 years for the government for give with certification. So since February of this year we become officially a political party. And let's just talk briefly about the name, how the name come about. Where we say we are a national party is because we care about we national interest. The Sierra Leonean come first to we. We care about the well-being of the Sierra Leonean.
Mr. Odwaya, I not cut you. Quite recently, we leader died, if I can understand.
Yes.
What's your name?
Mr. Almami Sila.
Okay, we continue.
Yes. Yes, and may his soul rest in peace. So for the name National Progressive Democrat, national because we party nationalistic and we policies as a party. To us, the Sierra Leonean is our focus, is our gem. To the current government and the past SLPP, they see the Sierra Leonean as only a tool for meet a particular end. They look at the gold, the diamond, the bauxite, the rutile as their own precious resource, you know. So we say the Sierra Leonean is our precious resource, which means we have to nurture them, care for them, and develop the Sierra Leonean so we will realize the Sierra Leonean dream. We have to carve what we think should be the Sierra Leonean dream. It boosts the self-esteem of the Sierra Leonean. We should not be second to nobody in this country. You know, so that is why we're nationalistic in our approach. We call ourselves progressive because we're progressive in our ideologies. You know, we want progress in the life of every woman in this country, in the life of every youth, in the life of every Pekin, in the life of every Sierra Leonean. So, and to do that, you need to have progressive ideologies. Today what you're seeing is the country is moving at such a slow pace. Sometimes you feel like the country is going forward, but then another times it looks like we're going full-fledged with high speed in reverse.
Mr. Odwaya, you talk about progressive ideology. I want to give the Sierra Leonean people one example.
Okay, one example of progressive ideology is that for the NPD, we get what we call 7 developmental pillars. And here is where we actually look at what are the 7 things them way we go build this country on and we go stand the test of time. You know, we need systems them. You know, the first thing where we look at Now, we fundamental principle as a nation, the unity, freedom, and justice. And I go let me brother also jump in, feel free for jumping. And then that our first pillar, because a country cannot progress if we're not united. We need to be united, we need to guarantee our freedoms, and we need to ensure that justice prevail across the board equally. You know, but
so all in treating and they are lacking.
Extremely lacking. Extremely lacking since for the last 57 years. They've been eroded. So that is one of the pillar. The second pillar where we get now education. You know, because a society without a solid human resource capacity is a fragile society. That is what you see in Sierra Leone. Even in the mining booms, we don't have the human resource capacity for handle the jobs then. They have to bring Australians, people from Scotland, people from America, for can be carpenters, bo. I go loan sir, Denos is what they call the group, DAWSON or something like that. Now then bring camp and then get carpenter them, electricians them, and paying them thousands, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. We get carpenters then, for Christ's sake. But they are not formal. They're not formally trained. They're not trained by codes. The system no get codes them for follow. You understand? Because the fundamental educational system is flawed. So we they look at ways for transform. And my brother Jesmed, I want to give you the opportunity for also jump in and talk about this education system.
Well, no, I got another question for Ask and Jesmed for now. We will come to that point in back if necessary.
Okay.
We know say that this country will practice multi-party system. One or two party, the All People's Congress and the Sierra Leone People's Party, are capable of winning election. Una don't come. Whose kind of confidence we are able to give the people, or whose kind of trust we are the people trust in Una? You understand? Say we are going to win the election for do waiting the brother Oluwaya. Don't just tell the people.
The family, I want to understand. Say the next election where they come. 2018, a defining moment, a crossroad of history for every Sierra Leonean. A defining moment for that we determine whether we want for continue with the status quo or we want for take charge of our own destiny and define a better future for we and with the kingdom. Now the two options will go there on the table. The option number one, now the one the way they deal with APC and SLPP. Where for 57 years, 56 to 57 years, we don't see the result we don't get each time we vote for either APC and SLP. For 57 years, we great-grandpa and follow the lies of the old politicians, then die poor. For within 57 years, we grandpa and say follow that same road then die poor. For 57 years, we daddy them, follow that same road Some don't die and some they die poor. That poverty, some of we don't inherit it. It also means if we follow the same road with great grandpa and follow by voting for APC and SLPP, it means we get the same result. And the second option we will get, now a transformational political party that has a vision, that knows exactly what we want to do, how we want to do it, and when we want to do it. Come 2018, March 7, that will be the defining moment. And what makes us different from different aspects? One, our party has a vision. Our vision is focused on national interest, putting this nation first. We will promote, protect, and defend everything that has to do with the name Sierra Leone, its image, its reputation. We will promote, protect, and defend everything that has to do with Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of which tribe you belong to, irrespective of which region you come up from, irrespective of which political party you belong to. National interest at a defining moment, and at that particular issue, then I need to determine the direction of our policies. When it comes to progress, we are economic slaves than we own country. NPD are the only political party we get the strategy in terms of how to fight poverty and lift people outside poverty inside the 7 strategic pillars of development. So that I make we call ourselves progressive. All the other than the APC, SLPP, and all the other parties of yesteryears, we don't test them. We don't test them for 57 years, and we know exactly the result we will get. But NPD are the only one. We don't think through where they provide the option where Sierra Leoneans are on the wait for so many years. You get people inside APC who love this country, but they not be ever get the kind of option we will provide for them. We get people away there inside people who love this country. They are patriots like us, but they never had the opportunity that we are presenting to the people of
So for
Sierra
short, you already people that they left them party, they don't serve for so long for joining our party because when I believe say we are party, not the party for the people.
Absolutely. In fact, we don't even need to tell them, because the thing that they put forward is speak to their own aspiration. Then get people that will elect this country national interest. They don't try with tribalism. They don't try with the kind of nepotism. They don't try with corruption. They don't try with the abject poverty which affect the people in the country. They don't try with the poor standard of our educational system. They don't try with the unemployment. Then no say if they vote for APC and SLPP, and that same result they get. So them being a look for opportunity like this with NPD, where they present an option for take back with future, with take destiny, and define a new Sierra Leone for the next generation. Then will come in numbers. And as I tell you now, they are coming in numbers across the villages. In fact, we'll find it easier for recruit within the villages than within the cities. Because that is how you will see the poverty and how the desperation there on them. In the heartbeat of APC, in the heartbeat of SLPP. That's why we are getting numbers joining the NPD party. To the extent that we will not even get enough resources for capture the one, and so we'll get for strategize enough new methods of recruiting members.
Because parties them previously don't come, they don't preach, sell the same kind, if not the same self, but closer to kind ideology we are selling to the people of Sierra Leone. And what's the difference between one party and APC and SLPP?
Clear differences, and I want to listen to this carefully. Let's look at the structure of our party. Our party is decentralized and it's owned by its members. APC and SLPP, the hierarchy is controlled by a certain group of people. They dictate what happens. The members are just followers. They have no influence in determining what happens at the top.
I go cream because
they not get no proof. Sorry.
Yes.
They not get no. The people the way they follow APC and SLPP. They not get no influence for determining the decisions the way they happen. NPD now the grassroots party, not to anybody get them. Now the members of the party, the grassroots now the word then and they make decision where the leadership they follow. Now, like give you an example. APC SLPP when election time reach, now in the give symbol, now in the appoint, now in the coronate parliamentarians. We know they are give symbol, we know they appoint, we know they coronate any parliamentarian. The people in the constituency, now then they come together and determine who than one for they represent them. The reason why make that important, if now the party they determine who that for be parliamentarian, that person there, now the party they serve, they serve the constituency. Now it don't happen all over the country. We own, and because now the people and therefore I determine who that will represent them. So if that person go there, say if he mess up, the right people in the back we can present somebody else to we. So that's now one key difference. The second one, we own party, you go able to identify with ideology in terms of what we stand for. A nationalist party, one of the national interests of this country now we seek. We in a progressive party, we will make sure say there is progress in the lives of our people. We mommy them, we auntie them, we grandpa them, we papa them, we picking them. Particularly we youth them for their own future. We are a party where respect democracy, and I make we call ourselves Democrats, where they look forward for establish a government. We are a government of the people of Sierra Leone, by the people of Sierra Leone, and exclusively for the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. For once, Salone they get a government next year, March 7, 2018, where they serve their own interest. That's now two key differences we will get. The fourth one, whilst other parties then, particularly APC and SLPP, they are known to be associated and dominated by people from specific region and specific tribes. Waiting on them in, they don't create tribalism and division, religion within the country. And we on party, now the only party we not get a regional base. If you look at the history of all political parties, this is the only party we get a national base from the membership, from the day where we process the application form. Every district in this country represented in that particular application form. We will get people from villages and then name them in the application form for file to INEC, for file to PPRC, for the registration of this party. They all get legitimate right over this party like anybody else. Mommy them, daddy them, uncle them, youth them. This is a youth man party. Whereas them party then they, other party them, they not get an ideology way where I define them. Say APC, SLPP, then different by name, by color, and by the people who they lead them. but you cannot differentiate the ideology where them two parties then get as a different. One, we know them say that they always establish kleptomaniac government. Then a government on activity, now SLPP they know for. APC self camp, now the same type of government that they establish, a government of TFTF. NPP party now the only political party where you go able to identify by in ideology. We are anti-corruption political party. We are pushing the way they seek the interests and protect the interests of Sierra Leoneans. We know they compromise now one day. That make you call yourself a nationalist party. If you look around the world, the nationalist parties and they win election. For once, the people of Sierra Leone they get a party when they own them, then they get a party where they fight for their interest against every other interest.
So I will come back.
I
will come back to you. Now talk to Mr. Udwaya on the right hand side. And Mr. Udwaya, the NPD party. What in I would have planned them, like for example, for address the food security of the people there in Sierra Leone?
Actually, developing agriculture now one of the 7 strategic developmental pillars then, for NPD for this nation. One of the things then we go do when we take governance